I'm Jennifer and I'm so excited you're here because today I have a super easy, super delicious 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge recipe to share with you. I love making this peanut butter fudge recipe every year. It is absolutely delicious and only takes a couple of minutes to put together. Everybody loves it, especially my husband. Before we put our recipe together, be sure to click the like button and subscribe. I am so excited to show you this wonderful peanut butter fudge recipe with only 2 ingredients, creamy peanut butter and vanilla icing, both 16 ounce each. If you want, you can add some wonderful, delightful sprinkles on top. We'll get our pan ready with our parchment paper before we get started with our recipe. This is how I prepare my baking dish. You can just take the parchment paper and push it down inside, or you can take your dish and put it upside down. Lay your parchment paper on and make a crease wherever the dish has a sharp edge. So I've made a crease on this side, and now I'm going to make a crease on each edge. Now we have a nice grid on the bottom of our parchment paper. See, we have the outline of the dish, and now we're going to take this and turn it over, and we're going to clip off these corners. Flip your parchment paper over and take off the unnecessary corners. Now you can either butter your dish or just put in some cooking spray. This is going to hold our parchment paper in place. When we unroll it, you can see it looks just like this. The 4 corners are cut out. If they're really super long, just trim them off. But we want to keep them long at least on 2 different sides, so that way when we're done, we can use these 2 sides as handles to lift this out of our pan. Now that our dish is all ready, we'll set this aside and get on putting our recipe together. I'm going to put a hot pad down, and then I'm going to get a medium-sized bowl, and I also have a big spatula to mix the ingredients together, and then one to clean them out of the containers. I have my icing opened up and my peanut butter. Now I'm just going to start scooping them into this bowl together. You want to have a microwave safe bowl because we're going to put this in the microwave to heat this up after we get everything scooped in. We have our peanut butter, and now let's put in our vanilla icing. Now that we have our peanut butter and our icing in the bowl, let's get it to the microwave for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, you can see the icing is really melty and the peanut butter is warming up. Depending on what brand of icing and what brand of peanut butter you buy, you may not need to put it back in at all. I think mine is mixing up so nicely and so well, I don't think I'm going to need to take it back and put it in a second time. As you can see, this literally only took a couple of minutes to put together. Once you get your fudge poured in the dish, just start spreading it right out toward the edges of the pan. Hold the paper with your thumb and just spread it around. Sometimes while making fudge, I grab an offset spatula, and this really helps me get it flat on the top and pushed right into the corners. And once you get the sprinkles on, you can press them down lightly with your hand just to make sure they're really good and stuck on into the fudge, so that way they don't fall off when you take it out and you're cutting it. Now we're going to get our fudge to the refrigerator, and here we have it. The fudge looks absolutely delicious. It has been about 5 to 6 hours now since our fudge went into the refrigerator. Now I'm going to start taking it out of the pan by lifting up the pieces of parchment paper. It should lift straight up. I'll move the dish to the side, and I'll put our parchment paper right on the cutting board. And here's how our wonderful, super easy 2-ingredient peanut butter fudge turned out. And I slide the plate into a zip top bag. If I have any extra, I'll just lay a piece of parchment paper or wax paper on top. And I'll just set the additional pieces of fudge right on top so that they don't stick together. And then I'll squeeze the air out, seal it up, and take it to the freezer. I am so happy you're here. I had so much fun putting this recipe together, and as you can see, it only took a couple of minutes. It's absolutely delicious, and it looks adorable on a cookie tray every holiday season. I would be so happy if you hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas.